Jar Jar Binks was a museum masterpiece next to this. Me said no like a this doo-doo. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Official Brandon Collins. Today we're going to talk Star Wars. As of recently, Star Wars has really taken a big deep dive into the depths of hell. Well, really, let's just start off with the decline of Star Wars, and that would be, well, ultimately, according to me, The Last Jedi. Okay? The Last Jedi was the start of the fall of Star Wars. I will give props to The Force Awakens for being pretty good. It had some pretty good scenes. The Last Jedi, that whole scene in the room with all the Red Imperial guards. Oh, beautiful scene. I loved how kick-ass Kylo and Ren were in that scene. The only good part about that movie. But Force Awakens, I will accept as a good Star Wars film. Last Jedi is where it starts to go downhill. The Rise of Skywalker, that was terrible. Terrible. I don't even want to talk about that film. That film made me so mad as a Star Wars fan. It made me so mad. Even more mad than The Last Jedi did. The Rise of Skywalker is a complete and utter failure. And I had no more hope. No more hope. And then a show called The Mandalorian came out. Oh. I loved it. The first 2 seasons, phenomenal. Okay? It awakened my Star Wars love again. And then other shows came out, like Kenobi. It was terrible. The only good parts about that show was the Darth Vader arc. That's it. They made Kenobi into one of the worst. They butchered his character. They made him into a depressed adult who's boo-hoo, wah, and it just was terrible. It was terrible. Okay? And then they came up with the Ahsoka series. Not great. Not great at all. The Book of Boba Fett? What the hell was that? I mean, my gosh. What was that? That show was terrible. Another great character that they butchered. Made him into a depressed person. What's up with Star Wars making all of our OG Star Wars characters depressed, like they did with Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, who became an anti-Jedi? What? Like, Star Wars has been dead for so many years. And I do blame it on Disney. Dave Filoni, Kathleen Kennedy, and now Leslie Headland. They're all terrible human beings. They're all terrible. And they have ruined Star Wars. And it's never going to be the same again. It's never going to be the same again. And yes, we have every right to blame Dave Filoni. We have every right to blame Kathleen Kennedy, and we have every right to blame Leslie Headland. These three people have ruined a beloved franchise. I am sure, if he was still alive, the great late Alec Guinness, the man who originally did not like being in Star Wars, I'm sure he would be rolling in his grave, be like, that's terrible. My stuff was better. I am sure that's what he would be doing. I mean, Harrison Ford doesn't even want to be a part of it. Of course, he didn't want to be a part of it. He wanted to be killed off in the originals as well. I don't know why. Alec Guinness and Harrison Ford did not like being in Star Wars. It's probably just because they didn't understand it, and that's okay. It was an original property. George Lucas created a franchise, created a universe, a beloved universe that has been loved for so many years. And after that original film, he came out with the holiday special, and it made a lot of people mad. The holiday special was not good. And it has been for the last 30, 40 years. It could have been longer, actually. Holy shit. The holiday special came out in like 78. 78. So let's see here. We got 88, that's 10 years. 98, 20. 2008, that's 30. 2018, that's 40. Okay, so a little over 40 years. A little over 40 years later, we now have something that is worse, that has been ranked worse than the Star Wars Holiday Special. And I'm going to show that to you guys today. We're going to talk about the one and the only, the catastrophe called the Acolyte. And then we're going to respond and watch an amazing skit that was created by Star Wars Theory, and I highly recommend subscribing to his channel and checking out the video that we are watching. It is hilarious and very based. Okay, so let's get into that right now. Come on, pick up.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, yeah, I had a quick question.
Go ahead.
So, do you know any good clothing brands that can help represent my love for Make America Great Again? It just seems I always get called a rat. I always get called, oh, you're just one of them MAGA Republicans. Do you know a good clothing brand that I could use?
Well, you're not going to be voting for Biden, right?
No, I'm not going to vote for Biden. No, I want to be a MAGA.
Yeah, there's a clothing brand called MAGA Rats out there.
Really? MAGA Rats?
Yes, MAGA Rats.
Well, tell me more about it.
MAGA Rats is a conservative company made by Hard Times, and they're all about Make America Great Again.
You don't say.
Yeah, just go to magarats.com and use coupon code EaglePass, and you get free shipping on your first order.
So all I have to do is go to magarats.com and use coupon code EaglePass to get free shipping off my first order?
Yes, that's all it takes. Just do that, and then you get free shipping.
Well, by golly, that's like the most American thing I think I've heard all day.
Yes, sir.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to go check them out right now.
Cool.
Huh. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. All right, you have a good day.
A brand that stands for freedom. A brand that stands for Make America Great Again. I'm all for that. I'm tired of getting called a MAGA rat. So I'm going to start using that term is a motivation for pride in my country. A pride that I believe America will be made great again. This is great. Huh. This is pretty awesome. So yeah. So if you're listening, head on over to magarats.com and use coupon code EaglePass to get free shipping off your first order. That's pretty awesome. Cool. Well, I think that's all I have to say. Let's get back into the video.
Somehow, lesbian witches have returned to the Republic. This is a dark side that I wouldn't even fuck with.
Okay, as you guys can see here, we're on Rotten Tomatoes. Probably the most unreliable critic site ever. But we're not going to pay attention to the critics' side. We're going to pay attention to the audience score, because the critics suck. I mean, they are probably pretty correct with this one. But as you can see, for the Star Wars Holiday Special released in 1978, the critics gave it a 25%, audience gave it a 22%. That was, for over 40 some years, the lowest Star Wars rated anything, okay? Anything out of Star Wars. It was the lowest rated, hated out of everything, okay? 22%. And as of June 17th, June 18th, the Acolyte has gone down to 14%. 14% from the audience. That's not good. That is not good. That is less than the holiday special. And so now, the Acolyte is 100% worse than the holiday special. And of course, the critics, they love the Acolyte. And I'm going to tell you why. It's because it's gay. The Acolyte is gay. It's about lesbian witches in space who produce kids because the Force gets them pregnant. But they don't call it the Force, they call it the thread. The thread gets them pregnant. They get pregnant with kids. And in this case, it's two twins. One that's a Sith, one that's a Jedi. And it's all about, it is literally all about DEI politics. That's all this show is. It's about politics. Of course, I'm not talking about politics, because if you think about it, Star Wars has always been about politics. But not the type of politics about the government. Okay? This is the type of politics that piss people off, that piss Star Wars fans off. This is the type of politics that piss me off. Why not just make a Star Wars show about Star Wars? Why does it have to be about lesbian witches in space? They talk about the thread. I mean, literally, this show is so terrible. I don't even know. Like, it is one of the worst things ever to come out of the Disney Star Wars fandom, or whatever you want to call it, okay? It is so terrible. I don't get it. I just do not get it. I mean, look at this. 14%. And I personally, oh my gosh, that's just terrible. Like, oh my gosh. Can I even, is there any reviews? Like, I thought I could Did they block reviews? Because I can't see any. I can't see any reviews for some reason. Do I have to be like a member? I might have to be a member or something. I don't know. But this is just, it's like, come on. Oh my gosh. This is terrible. It is so terrible, you guys. Oh, nobody cares. Okay, never mind. Here's the reviews. These are the critics. Audience, okay? That's what we don't care about the critics. Okay? Oh, hey, that's actually a good one right there. We might have to look at both. Okay? We might have to look at both. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're not looking at positives because... well, hold on. I actually kind of want to read this first one. The Acolyte might not be the misandrist, hyper-leftist propaganda that online trolls are eager to paint it as, but it's wow, I cannot read all of a sudden. Okay. But it's incorporation. Sorry, I'm slurring my words right now. I promise I'm not drunk. Okay? Okay, but anyway, there's queerness, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's see what Arnold White has to say. Showrunner Hesley Hedlund contrived the Acolyte using Star Wars ideas, figures, and lingo to replicate progressive pillars for environmental, social, and governance performance. The corporate bottom line said to prioritize profit, people, planet. Okay. From Neil Justin, the sight of a lightsaber coming to life has become about as thrilling as turning on a table lamp. Oh my gosh. This show is built from Keith Garlington. This show is built upon a genuinely interesting premise. But the stiff and almost mechanical storytelling, the bland and uninspired characters, and the overall lack of cinematic verve weigh the show down. From Nestor Bentancur. Full reviews in Spanish, so this, I guess, despite trying to do something different, the mediocrity is strong with this one, at least for its first half. Okay. I mean, this is literally... it's just like... oh, man. And then all these positive people, they're probably all secretly gay or in the closet, and they just don't want to admit it. But those are from the critics. Okay? These are from the audience members, and this is what truly matters. And now I see that they have some... what is going on here? A lot of these audience members have a lot of 5 stars. What the hell? Yo, Rotten Tomatoes, are you deleting comments? I don't know. From Jim D. I wanted to love this. Star Wars should not be this complicated. It does not feel like Star Wars at all. Get back to basics. Stop messing with the recipes we love. Absolutely. From Hunter G. Star Wars trolls are such cucks. That's what I'm assuming. Show is alright so far. Trolls just want to bring down the ratings. That is not true. Not true. I don't even have time to read all that. That's just garbage. Okay. CGV. Surprise, surprise. Bitchy white boy haters hate anything that isn't about bitchy white boys. And definitely better than any of the prequels. God. You know, whatever. Fight scenes are from Trevor J. Fight scenes are pretty cool. The story kind of drags, and me and my mom predicted the twist instantly. It's not good at all, but it's still not terrible. One I won't rewatch unless I'm watching through the whole Star Wars universe again. Good luck with that. Mike N. Bland, forgettable, and not worth your time. Go watch Andor instead if you haven't. That's a Star Wars show that's well worth your time. I agree. Okay, 2.5 stars from Kurt P. This is supposed to be a Star Wars show. Why does it not feel like it? The costumes and sets look pretty, but I can't quite put my finger on the feel of the show. Why do the lightsabers look vastly different from any other version? They are thick. They thick, boy. I think that they made this harder for the actors and actresses to work with. That's what she said. There's just something about this show, too, that I think sort of failed to expand on the universe on trying to make it its own, and it's really hard to see where it came from the past or even where it's supposed to reach the current Star Wars universe. Okay. But yeah, you guys get the point. I think Rotten Tomatoes deleting reviews because majority of these are 5 stars. Like, where are all the... Yeah, okay. Might have to make a separate video or just clip this part of this. This is... What the heck? Rotten Tomatoes. You guys are deleting comments. Deleting reviews. Because, as we've already stated... Okay? As we've already stated... Okay, like I was saying, 10,000 ratings, 14%. Obviously, we didn't go through that many of the ratings. But still, the majority of these ones that we just read are all positive. It's a little weird. But let's head over to IGN as well. Okay, I actually do trust IGN for a lot of reasons. They're not, I don't think they necessarily pander to anybody like Rotten Tomatoes does. But let's look at the differences between the Holiday Special and the Acolyte on IGN. Star Wars Holiday Special, 2 out of 2, 2.2 out of 10. That's pretty low, okay? Not very loved, okay? And I'm sure a lot of these reviews, yeah, pretty much nobody likes it, okay? Acolyte, 3.5 out of 10. Not very liked. Okay? Now, a lot more reviews. And what do you know? Most of them are low. Painful. How can it get this bad? What happened to the $180 million it costs to film season 1 of The Acolyte? This is laughably bad writing and direction. So bad I canceled Disney Plus. Jar Jar Binks was a museum masterpiece next to this. Hey, I'm actually someone that really liked Jar Jar Binks. Misa no like a dis doo-doo. Complete garbage. It's over. Garbage. I made an account just to rank this junk. Cultural vandalism. The power of one. I would not recommend this to my worst enemy. One of the worst shows of all time, Star Wars or otherwise. Like, people. The Acolyte sucks. Disney Star Wars does not care about you. And on another note, they are blaming their fans. Yeah. They're not blaming the showrunners. They're not blaming the writers or the creators. No. They're blaming you. You and me. The people who complain about not liking the show. That's who they're blaming. We're the problem. Okay? It's not the writers. No. It's not their fault at all, guys. It's not the actors and the actresses. Which, most of the time, it's not. Let's get that straight. There are a lot of actors and actresses who sign on to do something and they don't really want to, but they sign a contract. They kind of have to. And they work with what they can do, okay? They make the best of it. Now, in this case, the head actress for the Acolyte, not only a lesbian, and let me get this straight. She's a very beautiful lesbian, okay? Okay, she's a very attractive lesbian. It's unfortunate she's a lesbian, but I don't know. She is definitely all for pushing the agenda. Same with Leslie Headland. If you haven't seen that viral clip of them both laughing and saying it's the gayest Star Wars show ever, it's very much true, especially now that they have lesbian witches in space. Whatever. But I guess that brings us to the reaction that we're going to be doing to today. I'm sorry that took forever to go through all these. Star Wars Theory. I love Star Wars Theory. One of the good last ones. Okay, he came out with a skit, and it's called "Anakin Tells Palpatine About the Acolyte Witches." And this is gonna be so good, guys. You guys are gonna love it. Go subscribe to Star Wars Theory. This is great.
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? No, I thought not. It's not a story the Jedi would tell you. Darth Plagueis was a dark lord of the Sith who was so powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. He could actually save people from death. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. What happened to him? He became so powerful. The only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which, of course, in the end, he did. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew, and then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. Ironic. He could save others from death, but not himself. Is it possible to learn this power? Not from a Jedi. Well, Chancellor, that reminds me of this one story the Jedi told me about. There were these witches, you see, and they were able to create life. But not just once, twice. They were so powerful, much like this Darth Plagueis, but they were actually successful. They created Force-sensitive beings. You could say they were the first before me. They were the real chosen. They were the... What? They were my sisters. The Force created them, and the Force created me. I mean, I don't remember Master ever telling me these... I mean, I never heard these tales. That's right. Witches, Chancellor. What? 2? They died in a fire. Bricks. Well, look at the time, and thank you so much for the fairy tale, and it was a pleasure speaking with you as always, Chancellor. I have some Jedi business to deal with now, and I best be going. Take care.
Nice to see you, Anakin.
Oh man, guys. Oh, that is so good. So good, so good. I love it. I love it so much. But yes, guys, the Acolyte sucks. Okay? The Acolyte sucks. Star Wars, Disney Star Wars does not care about you. Disney in general does not care about you. They don't like their fans. They don't appreciate their fans. And they're not going to ever respect you. And it doesn't matter because you're just going to get called a hater. You're going to get called a bigot. You're going to get called a racist. You're going to get called all the bad things in the world because you don't like what they're doing with a franchise that you love. Kind of like how they ruined Indiana Jones. Okay? The last Indiana Jones that just came out, just terrible, okay? They ruined Harrison Ford again. Disney's never going to learn until somebody else takes over. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen at any time. Not anytime soon. But all that we can do as fans of a franchise, a beloved franchise that has been going on for over 40 years, the most we can do is tear it apart. That's the most we can do, is tear it apart and reassemble it. That's the most that we can do. So I want to know what you guys think about all of this, and leave your comments down below because I'd like to hear from you about your thoughts and what you guys think about the Acolyte. And remember to go check out Star Wars Theory. He makes great videos all the time. He even does reviews of episodes currently going on. Check those out. He knows what he's talking about. Okay? He's a huge Star Wars fan, so go check it out. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that bell so you can stay up to date with my content. If you want to support the channel, head on over to our merch page. If you can't afford our merch, we have a Cash App. Send us $1 or $2. Anything helps. Alright? It's very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And remember to stay comical and classy. May the Force be with you.